Didi, Tati.
I know you're gonna dig this.
You remember Senegal? What you girl a Senegal? Did you work yo but I can't
The African Renaissance Monument. I had seen images and heard about it before, but this was the first time I was actually seeing it in person. The magnitude of its edifice commanded my full attention and respect. I was fully present in that moment, proud of finally being able to see a statue that portrayed an image of an African family in such optimism. As far as I could remember, it was a first for me. And then, without a moment's notice, like a kick, the type referred to in Inception, the unsolicited arrogance and ignorance of the individual's utterance shattered my moment of admiration as he said, "What a fucking waste of money." As he went on babbling to substantiate his statement of cultural insensitivity, I desperately searched for a succinct statement that would put his limited mindset into perspective. I wanted to make him see what I saw before being made temporarily unstable. President Abdoulaye Wade's vision for the project was one of a true forward-thinking leader. This was a project within the heart of the president way before he even became president. A vision of much-needed African renaissance, post-colonization, not just for Senegal, but for all of Africa. Trumping the size of the Statue of Liberty, making its way down in modern history as Africa's tallest monument, and it's worth every cent. I take this unwavering stance because one of the most powerful mediums of growth and transformation is perception/representation. Taking a look at contemporary mediums our eyes and ears are constantly exposed to, mediums such as billboards, televisions, movies, books, and lastly, statues/monuments. In a nutshell, our minds best associate with images. I can tell you about the numerous countless monuments and statues on display worldwide that capture African people post-colonization as slaves, in pain, struggling as if this is our only story to be told. I can also tell you why this is perpetuated. As the aforementioned points out, images are powerful and gives birth, sustaining a mindset. So, in actuality, such images more times than not do more harm than good. More harm than good in the sense that it tells an incomplete story, a story that begins and ends with disaster. However, if you conduct independent study on a matter, you'll find the story so powerful that it has in the past and is currently moving the entire world in an earnest effort to find out about ancestry and origins. In addition to many things that make being of African origin the greatest honor and gift to our world today regarding sciences, arts, spirituality, and technology. However, regarding the nonchalance, insensitivity of the individual mentioned, I'll note that the experience, or to better put, character building occurrence, is one that I'm grateful to have had sooner rather than later, for it helps and helped in grasping the mentality of the insensitive, or in a nicer light, clueless individuals in whatever extreme notions of thinking that they may present. Long after that particular situation had blown over, inevitably, it seemed to come up again and again, and I would just listen to the insensitive logic being uttered. I hear all types of standpoints. An interesting one came from a female starch mate whose feminist perspective highlighted the fact that the woman on display was skimpily dressed, or rather half naked. This is Africa. It's one of the hottest places on earth due to its relative location to the equator. If one can understand why bathing suits are worn at the beach, or why less clothing tends to be worn in the summer, it's not that hard to grasp this from an African perspective, void of any newly imposed religion ideologies. The way the woman, or rather family, is depicted is a reflection of the culture and the times that date back to thousands of years. It wasn't a perverted artistic representation of what the artist thought should be. Rather, it was what has been and is in many cases. Take a look at the picture directly above. This part is referring to a picture I have on my blog. So you may want to check out the blog to see the picture and to better understand why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. Take a look at the picture directly above of an African husband and wife, unrelated to the actual African monument. However, possessing a striking resemblance of it regarding ethnicity right down to clothing/dress, or rather lack thereof. I assure you this is no mere coincidence, but rather life imitating art. Climate without the interference of religion dictates the way one dresses. It's a no-brainer. It has nothing to do with the exploitation of a particular sex, but rather a necessity to keep from possible heat stroke. I like to give these knuckleheads the benefit of the doubt, since in actuality, they've given up 27 months of their lives to support the cause of African development, or so it appears. I take it that we're all on the same journey, just at different locations, in comparison to grasping the eclectic world and respecting its many cultures. It is true that I have a greater vested interest in Africa and African matters than that of my counterparts, and I have to keep this in mind and in perspective. I need to work on perhaps broadening their horizons on such topics. Ignorance is okay, but should never be a place to construct foundation. We are here to learn, grow, and take in as much as possible. In the end, hopefully our minds are open wide enough, gaining greater standpoints and broader perspectives on matters we choose to so passionately express ourselves on.